We get questions all the time about teamwork, and we get questions all the time about how do you coach people to better results, and we get questions all the time about attitude. So we came up with an acronym for TEAM, and that is together, effort, attitude, momentum. Now, as a leader, I want to challenge you. This is not criteria to judge your people. This is criteria to hold yourself accountable. So here are my coaching questions for you. What do you do on an ongoing scheduled basis that brings your teams together? What do you do on an ongoing basis to lift and build positive attitudes on your team? What do you do on an ongoing basis to produce and reward effort void of results? What momentum is your team collectively making as a unit? Now, I'm not being critical, but I want you to be honest with yourself. How many of these questions can you answer? If you cannot answer all four successfully, here's the cool thing. You've got some opportunity to solidify your team from a stronger vantage point. So when I think about together, think about a project, a group coaching session. I love the scenario of something that we teach of the concept, what would you do? You have the following problem. A customer said XYZ, or another department wants this from us. What would you do? Let's break up into groups of 2 or 3, and I want everyone to come up with a non-traditional solution. Pick one presenter, pick one person to take notes, and we're going to turn these in. Now, that seems so dumb and simple, doesn't it? Here's the cool thing. When teams do this, you build communication. When you bring people together and you have people stand up and speak, there's an element of trust and respect. When you present problems and challenges, you're building a set of behaviors that says, you know what, we should be having these discussions without these meetings prompting us to have these discussions. Then as a leader, you have to acknowledge the ideas, even the ideas you're not going to take advantage of. By saying, Julie, I love that idea. I've never thought of it from that standpoint. I got to give that some thought. See, when people do things together, and we typically have the reaction, no, the company would never do that again. Guess what their first reaction is? Why are we doing this? Now, I'm not saying to do every idea. What I'm saying is there's an advantage of bringing people together, to work together, to communicate together, to listen together, to take notes, to stand up and present. There's a lot of things going on there. But it builds and solidifies an element of the team. Effort. I will tell you one of the things that just happened to me in a volleyball tournament. I coach a varsity volleyball team. And one of the things we did about a week ago is we won our first tournament. I started the program 4 years ago. Typically, you don't win a tournament for 8-9 years. We won one in our 4th year, and we should be very proud. Then we beat another team in our conference who's had a program for over 40 years. We beat them. We swept them. Then we played one of the top teams in state in our gym, and we almost beat them. We lost in 5 sets. Why do I tell you this? We then went to the top tournament in the state, and we didn't win a set all day. And I had people come up as we walked out of the gym, and I had a parent from another team come up and said, I have to tell you something. I love the way you coach. And I said, oh, thanks a lot. And he goes, no. You never sat down, even when you were losing. You never sat down. He goes, I have to ask you why, because I see so many coaches get upset when their team isn't winning. And I said, what I have to coach to is effort. If I only coach to results, the kids will start judging themselves. As long as they play hard and work hard, not only will it transfer itself onto the volleyball court, but it'll help them off the volleyball court. If we focus on people's effort and we reward it, what are we really saying? Keep going. You're going to get there. May not get there today, may not get there tomorrow morning, but you're moving in the right direction. Standing still with no effort, 1, it's not inspiring. 2, what happens to the psyche? I just want to do my job. Just want to go home. Attitude. Attitude is a choice. What we tend to do as leaders is call people into the office and do what? Bob, I need to see you in my office right away. Guess what Bob's first impression is? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. What if you strategically for the next 4 weeks called 2 people in every single week and just praise them on a specific job well done. Not the generic, Julie, I think you're doing great. But Julie, I got to tell you, that last report you turned in, I love the graphs, I love the charts, your data was dead on. I think we have some opportunities to maybe upgrade it, but we can talk about that later. I just wanted to tell you, I am really proud of you. And do it honestly and authentically. Because guess what happens? They go back to the cubicles, they go back to the work area with their teammates, and they all ask the question, what did the boss say? See, you have the power to change an attitude within 30 to 45 seconds, more so than sending your people to a workshop with someone like me as an outsider. You have a power of changing their attitude. How? Send a card home to your employees and saying, I got to tell you, Sarah, you're doing a fantastic job. I love the way you led our last team discussion. I just didn't have time to see you this week. I apologize for not saying this in person, but a job well done. I'm really proud of you. And your employee gets that at home. See, here's the thing. Much like this image, you're pushing an attitude up a hill. It never gets to the top of the hill. Let me give you a little humor. When was the last time you heard a positive rumor at the water cooler? They don't happen. It's easy to commiserate and gripe. One elephant in the room, that negative person, boy, they can put a cloud over everything, can't they? So remember, acknowledge, reward the good things. Ignore the people that are being negative. But if you reward people's effort and you bring them together and you acknowledge their ideas, they'll move in the right direction. Momentum. Where is your team getting better? And you notice I put the term self-actualize. So let me give you a great technique. Bring your team together and literally do a whiteboard discussion. And this is something very rarely do leaders do. And ask people, go around the room and say, guys, ladies, I'm going to give you about 3 minutes. I want you to come up with 2 specific things we do really well as a team. And I want you to present one of the ideas. And we're going to put them on the whiteboard. So you go around the room, you get one idea. Let's say you have 8 people. 8 things are going to be up on the left side of the whiteboard. Then you go to the right side of the board and you say, you know what actions do we need to continue to take to make sure the left side of the board continues to be a part of who we are? How do we protect that from not going backwards? People will give you some actions. You put them up on the right side of the board. Then you ask the team as a holistic unit, are you aware of all the good things we're doing? That's the actualizing part. See, when I coach boys volleyball, I always have to ask my guys, are you aware of how much better we've become? Coach, we lost. I know we lost, but are you aware we're not making the mistakes we were making 4 weeks ago? Sometimes we have to actualize the momentum void of the results, because then people are inspired to continue to perform. Now, if you're interested in a really cool new service we created, we've just created the Coaching Leadership Series. This is a fixed cost monthly service, and every month we have a theme like coaching attitude. So on the first of the month, you will receive information in a lesson similar to what you're watching now, and an actual coaching plan of how to coach someone to a better attitude with one-on-one coaching. On the 15th, you will get it for group coaching, meaning your whole team. You will get a lesson, and then you will get a coaching plan. Each coaching plan will correspond to the lesson. Then we give you unlimited access to one course in our Progress Coaching Academy, which is our online platform with all of our coaching courses. We give you one course for 30 days. Here's the best part. All of this is provided to you and your organization on an unlimited basis. So if you have 50, 100 managers, your cost is the same. If you're interested, reach out to me at tim@progresscoachingleader.com. I think you'll be stunned by the price. Thanks for your time.